What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I am here to bring you all my review of Ace Attorney episode 7. So let's get this started. This episode was pretty interesting because we get to see the strategy with Naruhodo, his deductive reasoning behind on who exactly could be the murderer, and he started to give out several questions to the producer, and he still firmly believes that she was the one, in fact, who committed the murder, and we saw in this episode various, plot points into which she was trying to avoid actually getting caught. And then we also have it to where the prosecutor, Mitsurugi, then starts to jump in on Naruhodo's bandwagon and, questions her as well. And then we get that one funny moment within this episode to where, he was continually asking questions toward the producer, and then he was like, oh, hold on, I gotta think of one more question. We have it to where the jury, or the judge ends up saying to the prosecutor, is there something you want to tell us here, Mitsurugi? And Mitsurugi is just like, I thought I had another question for the witness. I am sorry, but still I object. And then the judge says, objection overruled. I thought that was pretty funny. And also we see Cody in this episode, just jump out of nowhere. I believe his name is Cody, the little boy who was investigating, if the Steel Samurai really did in fact end up killing one of the staff members. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name is Cody. He ends up jumping into the courtroom and just starts shouting that the Steel Samurai did not do this. He is a hero. He is someone who fights for justice, and he's like so serious about this, trying to convince everyone in the court, and then he just gets thrown out. But then a few seconds later, he ends up coming back into the court. So it doesn't really seem like, this courtroom doesn't have the best security system, because, a kid ends up coming right in, it gets thrown out and then comes back in a few seconds later. It doesn't really seem like they have the best security, it seems like, but that's just me. Now, there was also a point in this episode too where I had a certain qualm about this episode, because if you remember the old hag, okay, the old lady that we saw in the previous episode of Ace Attorney, in the previous episode, we saw Naruhodo and her battling it out against each other. Naruhodo was accusing the old lady that she was the one who ended up committing the murder, but, we come to find out in this episode that that wasn't the case. It was actually the producer. But I found, this episode was a cop-out in terms of how it handled on, who exactly the murderer was, because out of nowhere, it seems, after that whole stunt that little kid ended up pulling off, the old lady just comes up right to Naruhodo and says, hey, I know we kind of had our little, disagreements with one another and whatnot. I know you battled it out with me, but you know what, Here's some evidence as to who the murderer can be. I'm gonna just leave and let you handle the rest. See ya. I thought that was... I didn't like that. But yeah, I still found this episode pretty enjoyable. I mean, as a anime-only watcher when it comes to the Ace Attorney series, sure, fans of the series might have certain qualms about, how the games are being adapted. But as an anime-only watcher, I'm having a really fun time with this series. I'm liking it. It's just, I don't know if I should continue reviewing this series or not, just for the fact that there really isn't much to review. I don't even know how long this video has been. This video has probably been very short, but it's just, pretty much Naruhodo handles a case and then it finishes. How in-depth does the story go in terms of, the cases, and do certain cases end up getting more complicated over time? Because so far, some of the stuff that we have seen with these cases of Ace Attorney seem a little bit predictable, and if they get complicated, it'll give me more reason to actually, go ahead and review these episodes, so that way I can give my overall thoughts and theories as to who possibly could be the, the murder or whoever when it comes to the future episodes of Ace Attorney. But yeah, so far anyway, I'm really enjoying this series. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this episode of Ace Attorney in the comment section down below. And if you want to stick up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below and you will never miss a video from me. And don't forget to like the video, it always helps. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.